Hello, hello, and welcome. If you could ask the whales anything you wanted, what would it be? That is the question that I asked in my community, and there were some amazing, amazing answers coming in, actually, questions coming in, which I decided to channel and then share the answers from the whales with you. And so this video is about the whales and the Akashic records. But before we start, a warm welcome to my community of heart-centered souls who are here to live as the love that we are and share our gifts with the world and get some inspiration and tools and channeling and light language activations for our journey ahead. So before I share the answer of today's question and read the question to you in detail, what I would like to invite you to is to tune into your heart and truly connect with your own heart and just see what resonates from that which I'll share. And also I suggest that you stay in that field of your heart as you're receiving this answer, because that helps you connect with the frequency of the whales and the ocean and connect with the frequency of what I'm sharing. So today's question is, I'll read it to you. I recently heard the whales hold the Akash. So I would love to know how they pass it on, or do they let it go to the next whale who is meant to take it up? And when I tuned into this question and I connected with the whales, for a moment I had this question in my mind that since we all have this different representation of what the Akashic records are, whether we're talking about the same thing or whether we need to clear that first and have the same understanding. And in that moment, the whales have just showed me, and I was shown this beautiful, beautiful grid of pure, pure light. And I'm inviting you to connect to that, this grid of pure light that is all that is, and that emanates so much love, this pure divine love. And with that image and that connection from my heart, the answer of the whales came in. So I'll read it to you now. The answer goes, we are the keepers of galactic wisdom, yes. However, it is not as you might imagine. It is not like storytelling. It is rather that our consciousness is so expanded that we are connected with the knowing of all that is. We are connected to the crystalline grid of the water, the crystalline grid of the light that is all that is. We are connected to the grid of light that holds the information of all dimensions, all veils, all the spheres. It is our consciousness. It is what you call unity consciousness. Unity does not relate to polarities alone. It does not only relate to what you experience on your planet, even though your planet is a planet of polarity. Unity consciousness relates to all that is. There is no time, there is no space. There is a grid of information, if you want to imagine it so. A grid of light, pure light. It is consciousness itself. And so the Akash, as you call it, is not a place where you can go and find a book and read because everything is written down there, as some of you might imagine. It might represent itself as such, but it is actually a grid of light and information. And in a way, we are the keepers of unity consciousness. And you have access to that unity consciousness as well. So no, we do not pass it on. Our consciousness is evolved to that degree. Our hearts are evolved to that degree. Our love is evolved, if you want to call that evolution, because love just is. But we have transcended polarity, and we have moved into unity consciousness. our consciousness has expanded so that we are the grid of light. And we are aware that we are the grid of light. This might be a bit hard to grasp and understand, but you can connect with that grid of light as well. Now, we can travel these pathways, these structures of the grid of light, and connect to a particular part, if you will, of that grid when that is important to our work. However, we much prefer to be in the love of all that is, in that space of absolute unity and oneness, where everything comes together as one. So when they shared about going to that particular part of the grid, if it's important to their work, I got curious and I asked them, are you learning to go and travel to these particular places of the grid if you need it for your work? Do you have to learn that, or is somebody teaching? I was wondering how that works. And they answered, you see, in these realms that we are able to move around, we can be everywhere at the same time. And you can as well. So actually, it is not something that we teach our young. You see, when you talk about the whales, you're talking about our physical incarnation here on planet Earth, where we are connected to the Akash, to all that is, through the water, so the ocean. The water which holds all the information of all time, space, reality, dimensions, and planes of existence. However, we are multidimensional beings, and as multidimensional beings, we also dwell in the 9th and the 12th dimension, in that quote-unquote place where all is one. It might be helpful for you to understand that we incarnate as whales on your planet. Sorry, it might be helpful for you to understand that when we incarnate as whales on your planet, we are what you call animals, just as you are what you call humans. We have a body, we need to eat, we need to sleep. Our bodies are subject to this reality, just as your bodies are. However, we are just as eternal as you are, and we have come to help this awakening on your planet. We have been here for 50 million years and more in different ways. So it might be hard to grasp, but yes, we are galactic beings. We have evolved and we hold the access to the Akash. We wouldn't say that we hold the Akash yet. We would say our consciousness is connected to the grid of light that holds all that is. So I'm inviting you to just tune into this sentence because we won't grasp it with our mind. So we would say our consciousness is connected to the grid of light that holds all that is. And we do not need to pass on anything to anyone because we are that already. We dwell in unity consciousness. We are all one and individualized presence at the same time. And in that oneness, we are the Akash, if you so will. We hope that this answers your question, and we would like to encourage you to reflect upon why you are interested in this question, in this information. Because you have the ability to access every information that you need as you step into unity consciousness yourself and as you step into divine love. We are you and you are us. Thank you for your question, and we hope we answered your question. So the thing that was most prevalent, as I said, is how they tell us over and over that we can do that as well, that they're just as eternal as we are, and they're saying in the end, we are you and you're us. And that grid of light, that pure loving consciousness, in the representation of that grid of light that carries all the information about all that is and stretches throughout all dimension of all that is, like it's like all dimensions, all universes, everything. And it was that experience that was so powerful for me, and I would love for you to experience the same. So if you feel like you would like to experience more whale frequency, more ocean light frequency, and really dive into that feeling and that expansion and that healing and that activation, I'm inviting you to my event, Whale Magic Activation, which is a free community event. So you will find the description below this video. What we will do is we will be sharing about the whales. I'll be sharing about the whales, and I will go into channel mode and channel the frequencies of ocean light codes and whale frequencies, whale frequency codes, if you want to call it like that. It is that the whales are holding a frequency for us where our DNA can start remembering, where we can start remembering. They're just creating that field of frequency where that becomes so much easier, and we can activate our DNA. We can start healing. We can start activating, remembering our gifts, our galactic heritage, and so much more. So if you'd like to have a taste of what that feels like to be immersed in whale and ocean light frequencies, it is on March 11th, and the description to join is underneath this video. So I'm sending you ocean waves of love and light, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on March 11th. Sending you much love. Bye-bye.